Thank you for watching this video. I just want to take a few minutes to explain the process that was undertaken to appoint Ms. Middlear and some of the attributes that came through in the surveys of parents, students, and faculty. I'll then turn it over to her just to provide some of her background and next steps. So one of the key responsibilities of the board of directors is to appoint the head of school. Now, to be clear, this doesn't affect school operations for the 23-24 school year. All operations will remain unchanged next year. However, it was clear that significant planning, significant work, combining the school community really needed to start now. And for that reason, we undertook the selection process to ensure a successful amalgamation of our school communities. Now, to ensure that selection process maintained fairness, transparency, integrity, we decided to start with a governance review, and we employed an external consultant. And from that review, they really highlighted two key steps. First was ensuring a comprehensive survey of the school community. We wanted to make sure that everyone who was part of that school community had a chance to explain the attributes that they felt were most important to them. Second, the governance review suggested consulting with an executive search firm and have them provide strategic support as well as external market advice. Now, the community surveys across everyone were remarkably consistent, and they really centered on three key themes. The first was effective communication. So that was someone who was accessible, an active listener that delivered their messages with honesty, integrity. Second, a creator of culture. So someone who could build the school community through collaboration and care. And then finally, a strategic thinker. So someone who was an excellent decision maker, an excellent problem solver. So our search consultant then used this survey data and results to create a candidate profile and a position description for the head of school. The executive committee utilized this material to assess external candidates, to compare their experiences, skills, and attributes to that candidate profile. And then these external candidates were compared against the sole internal candidate that was requested to be considered. The board also wanted to ensure that the process was thorough and rigorous enough to secure the best possible future leader. And for that reason, the search consultant provided an organizational psychologist that's been used in previous searches to complete a comprehensive leadership assessment. Now, based on that assessment and recommendations, last night the board approved the appointment of Ms. Laurel Middlear as head of school for the Amalgamated School. Her work will begin immediately as she works with both school communities to better understand their goals with this amalgamation. Now, before I turn it over to her, I just wanted to highlight three specific areas of note that came up during her assessment. And first, in terms of communication, it was highlighted to us that Ms. Middlear comes across as a confident, a competent public speaker, clearly makes herself understood, very confident interacting with people, rarely self-conscious, no difficulty conversing with strangers or strong personalities. In summary, she was profiled as charismatic, vibrant, and highly outgoing. Now, in terms of culture, it was highlighted to us that she is exceptionally collaborative in nature. In fact, in her assessment, she ranked at the top of that leadership style. She likes to involve her team in decisions, and she proactively solicits their input, genuinely considers what they have to say, attentive to others' feelings and needs, and her readiness to see the best in people and to place trust in them enables her to quickly develop rapport. And then finally, the third area was in terms of strategic thinking, and was highlighted to us that Ms. Middlear is highly strategically minded. She looks several years ahead when making plans and decisions, and prepares contingency plans should things not go as expected. Frequently has just a plan A, but also a plan B, C, and D. So in short, a very rigorous process and very excited in terms of the outcome. And with that, I would like to introduce the head of our Amalgamated School, Ms. Laurel Middlear.
All right. So first of all, thank you very much to the board of directors and especially our board chair, Jim. I want to let you know I am incredibly humbled to be selected as your head of school of this really special amalgamated school. I really appreciate how rigorous the process was because this is an incredible responsibility. And I think the person at the helm needs to know that they were put there through a proper process and a proper channel. And I will tell you, it was rigorous, and I did go through a lot of testing and interviews, and but I'm very thankful for the process, because upon reflection, it really underscored to me, number one, the responsibility of this position, but number two, that I actually think I am uniquely skilled to be the leader for the next stage of this exciting development. When I received the data, and I do want you to know that in my history, I have been a person who really depends on research and information and listening. And one of the ways that we can collect information is through data. So when I was given the data and asked to synthesize and really distill it down, it became very apparent how important it was to have someone who is an effective communicator, meaning also someone who's accessible and someone who really listens. And so that came through in the data. And I want you to know that I am very aware of what it takes to build trust, and I am committed to doing so. So really, in the next few days, you are going to see open invitations for me so that I can really listen to the various stakeholders and get to know a portion of our community that we don't know well right now at all. And so those of you faculty members and parents at Diamond right now, please look for an open invitation from me. I'm going to call them listening sessions. I will probably guide them a little bit, but I am really interested in feedback and getting to know you. And I'm very aware, as I said, of how important trust is in relationships. And that's what our community is a relationship of aligned people who are creating an amazing experience for not only our children, but for those children that are 10, 15, 20, 50 years ahead. And I'm really proud to be part of that. Another thing that was really important was to see how important it is to build community. And one of the really interesting aspects of this amalgamation is that we are so aligned. And when I actually did go through the data and synthesize it, it was just amazing to me that there were some sections that were completely aligned across students, parents, faculty from both school communities. And that was in this area of community building and culture. I want you to know a little bit about my background. I am not a local British Columbian. I have lived in 3 different provinces in Canada, and I have had 34 years of experience in education, both in independent schools and in private schools. And I think moving around from school to school, I mean, they were long durations because it has been over 34 years, but it allows me to be really astute and insightful as to what the unique culture of a school is. And I just am really excited to be able to use that open lens that I like to have to really understand what's important. And I've already seen through the data what's important, and I do just want to hear that. The last aspect that became just resoundingly clear is your need for a strategic leader. And one thing I really do appreciate through the battery of tests that I did go through with the consultant was that sometimes you're not aware of your own strengths. And I have sort of thought I was strategic, but when I looked at the results, it was really reinforcing to see that that it is a strength of mine. And I want you to know as a community that I am a lifelong learner. Obviously, I have my Master's of Education from University of Toronto. I have done a case that's Canadian Association of Independent Schools. I've done a leadership diploma there. So I understand independent schooling, but I really felt a continued need to grow. And I have always wanted to understand more so the business side of independent school. And right now I'm currently in a program at Stanford University in the Graduate School of Business. It's a 1-year business certificate. I have only two courses left. And I will tell you, it has been just a profound learning experience for me. And I have really begun to fine tune my strategic thinking and my ability to synthesize things very quickly. So I think it's important for you as parents and as students trusting me that I'm right in there with you. I am learning. I value so much a good educational experience and the rigor of it. And I can tell you, taking 2 full courses while I'm head of school right now, it has really taught me how I can meet timelines. And I've been really proud to attend such a fine university program, because I really feel that that I'm able to implement that immediately into my leadership. So I'm just going to summarize and let you know I'm really incredibly honored. I often say I don't take it lightly when people entrust their children into my care. And I know when I say children, I'm talking about kindergarten to grade 12. For those of you that don't know me, I have taught high school as well. I taught high school sciences and math, and I have taught all the way from grade 1 to grade 12. I've taught sciences, math. I've even taught French, phys ed. I have really got the whole gamut. And I just think having diversity of thought and diversity of experience brings forth the best in a program. I will just say this is a really unique opportunity, and I'm so honored to be at the helm. We have this opportunity to build something really special and really lasting and unique in the Lower Mainland. And I like to just think of the fact that we're building something that is going to be generating real leaders that will have impact in their immediate family, hopefully, more so in their local community. And I like to even think broader, that we, through our amazing school that we're building together, we're just building the next generation that is going to have a huge impact on British Columbia, Canada, and I will even go big and say the world, that we're really building people of impact. Thank you so much. I look forward to our conversations together. And again, thank you so much to the board of directors for this rigorous process. And I really look forward to the next steps. It is June, so we're looking to close out the year, but all I can do is think ahead. Thank you so much, and I look forward to connecting.
Thank you all.